Our ceremony today is a celebration of the future potential of this school, but it is also a time to reflect on our past and learn from it what we can to better serve the present.
Mike was the consummate problem solver, and that's what we want everybody who comes through Lunsford to do. Mike could analyze, he could determine the problem, he could determine the course of action, and he could implement. He could solve the problem. And so for the students of Lunsford, we're not going to just have you memorize things. We're going to have you learn to solve problems, to be 21st century learners, and to be lifelong contributors. That will be the biggest legacy you can give to Mike Lunsford and to J. Michael Lunsford Middle School.
I wanted to visit the transportation center one time, and I called Mr. Lunsford, said I'd like to come over. He said, sure, come on over. Show up very early because that's when our folks start working. And I showed up early that morning. Mr. Lunsford wasn't there. He said, I wanted you to know the faith that I have in my folks, that I didn't need to be here to lead you around. That they were here and they were ready because they are always here and they are always ready.
Mike Lunsford was a warm, caring person who wanted to know his employees. He would take the time to stop and speak with a bus driver, bus attendant, mechanic, and always the children. As you know, he had the responsibility to check the roads in inclement weather in order to help Dr. Hattrick make the best possible decision for determining if school should be delayed or closed. You may not know, however, that he was up at 3 o'clock in the morning checking those roads. If the bad weather should occur later in the day, he stayed until he knew that every child was home safely and that the driver of that bus was also home. The transportation department was a family, and Mike Lunsford was our leader.
What you've heard about when we talk about in this dedication about Mike Lunsford is that he's an innovator. He was an innovator and not an imitator. This building reflects that innovation.
I'd like to say for Peggy, having spent so many years with my husband, his remark on several occasions to me is that if I had worked for him, I would have been fired numerous times. When our oldest son was born, Michael was the dedicated father, so it looked. He came home every day for lunch. And I'm sure most people pictured him holding his son, rocking him, and learning to change diapers. The truth was, he was watching the soap opera Ryan's Hope, a very popular show at the time. You have a brand new school, you have the best resources available, you have the finest teachers, you have the finest support staff, and your principal is the absolute best to work with. And you should be very proud of the work that's taken place here. My challenge to you is live Mr. Mike's legacy every day. Think with your brain, but also follow your heart. Be truthful and honest. Respect one another. Take care of each other. Listen to a different point of view. Be kind. Be a hidden hero. Do things because you know they're the right thing to do and not because of the recognition that you may receive as a result of doing it. Remember your responsibility to your family and your community.
This represents the 46th school that I've had the honor of helping to dedicate since I have been superintendent. Every one of those dedications has been special, but this one is just more special than the others because we remember this person for whom this school is named that we knew so well.
But on behalf
of the Lunsford family,
the Support Services Department,
of the Transportation Department,
the design and construction folks who made this project a success.
To present J. Michael Lunsford Middle School with the document Virginia House Citation 373, which was presented honoring Mr. Lunsford's 40 years of service to Loudoun County Public Schools and the Loudoun community.
A bronze plaque commemorating the efforts and the dedication of Mr. Lunsford.
This plaque, which reads, J. Michael Lunsford Middle School, Loudoun County Public Schools, dedication date October 13, 2011.
I would like to present this portrait to J. Michael Lunsford Middle School.